Hello everyone, it has been quite some time since I've done my last reaction to manga for Honkai Impact. We are moving over to alien space. I'm very excited already. We see this goddamn gorgeous looking Welt and Otto immediately, the first thing we see. So I'm excited to kind of learn what the hell is going on. Because if I'm not mistaken, Alien Space takes place after chapter 1 of, or part 1 of APHO, which takes place after the events of the main game, which there's a lot of things to kind of decompress. What's happening? So let's start. Let's just get this through. So here we have Welt and Otto, and Welt is holding like this ripped up piece of paper. And then also, for those of you who don't know, I am moving over to a new channel, my main channel. Links are in the description about all that. I've been talking about that for the last several videos, but just the long and short of it, my Honkai Impact videos will be going up on that other channel July 5th, and currently my Genshin, ZZZ, Star Rail videos are already up on those channels, so check that out. Anyways, Alien Space. We're in 2005. That's over 15 years ago. Anyways, Anti-Entropy HQ Meeting Room 3. Solutions for round 15. Our calculations are out. They're generally the same as the first 5 rounds. I'm gonna move this over here so that it looks a bit better for, like, here. If I move it here, it looks like I'm like reading, right? Asteroid 439, first identified 10 days ago near Jupiter, will be captured by the sun's gravity and divert from its original collision course with Earth and crash into the sun after 30 days. According to this trajectory, the closest distance between the asteroid and Earth is 7.5 million kilometers. We won't be affected in any significant way. I hope you're right. I hope you're assured of our safety, Dr. Tesla. Oh, good news, I guess. I doubt if I can intercept that thing. It's ever get closer to Earth. That was a weird way of saying that. I doubt if I can intercept that thing. If it ever gets too close to Earth, our tech simply is not good enough. Even if I could fire a silver bullet into space, I can't guarantee a hit on the asteroid moving at high velocity speed. And here it mentions the silver bullet is a nuclear weapon first deployed against the second Hersher in the year 2000. Go ahead and watch my reaction to the second Eruption manga. I got that on the channel. Oh yeah, there's something else. Ryoma, the crisis is over. Okay, so here, wait. So I guess here she's like, she kind of pulls out her phone and then she speaks to Ryoma, who is May's father. Ryoma, the crisis is over. Relocate the silver bullets and Arihado. We will deploy in New Mexico to the Hollow Man base. Be as stealthy as you can. Don't let any civilians find out about this. We're lucky that this asteroid will not hit Earth. If the silver bullet failed to stop it, we may have to ask our sovereign to ride the Arihado. Smash it instead. Yes. Welt was severely injured during the second eruption, aka the second Honkai War in the year 2000, in case you didn't know. However, he has yet to fully recover from those injuries sustained 5 years ago. I hope we can give him peace. That can't. Then we cut here to the California Institute of Technology, the space engineering program. It looks like we have a Welt here, a Tesla looking, wait, well, this is 2005, maybe, well, hey, why is Tesla, okay, here, we don't even know this is Tesla, okay, I'm just assuming it's Tesla. Let's just continue, let's not get stuck up on this character, okay. The study of black hole thermodynamics was first begun in 1972. Oh, no, this is Welt speaking, all right, so, the study of black holes thermodynamic was first begun in 1972. Scientists developed the 4 laws of black hole mechanics. We shall start at looking at the 0th law. No, this is not. Is this young Himeko then? Because yeah, this definitely is not definitely not Tesla, possibly Himeko. And then here the woman pulls up, sees on her phone aliens in New Mexico, and it looks like Ariado. Oh, funny. And then and that is the end of the class. Remember to do your assignments and hand them in on time. Wicked kids. Hello, Ein? Yes. So the asteroid won't be hitting Earth? That's great news. Yeah, the class ended smoothly. I think I substituted your role of the course instructor pretty well. Oh, how interesting. So Ein does like a lot of, is actually like a professor. And then Welt was like, okay, hey, I know you got that big asteroid up there. You can handle that. Let me go ahead and substitute your class for a second. Damn, what a hottie. Excuse me, sorry, I gotta go somewhere real quick. Yeah, there it is, Himeko, right there. California Institute of Technology, Himeko. Why is she in such a rush? Oh, I think I remember this girl. She's a student in Ein's class. Cover up her student ID and her birthday. And then here we have cut to the future. It's 2029. Welt is looking at a ripped picture, and we don't know who's next to Welt. Maybe someone's holding on to his arm. If someone is taking Welt from me, that's okay. All right, you know. Anyways, let's continue. Continue. 2029, somewhere in the galaxy. What are you looking at? Where are your gloves? Thought you always wore them. The sky people regard the right hand as unclean. Only slaves would bear them in public. But given the turn of events, I guess I can't be their slave, even if I wanted to. What is this place? It's the other side, outside of the gates. Or, it's the other side of the gate. I was out of tricks, but you played it perfectly. Those Shixel kids did well, but we ended up with the worst thing that can happen. The gates have opened. The sky people will track the beacon. The only thing we can do to stop them from getting through the gates is to head over to the other side. I think I owe you an apology. The jump was pretty sudden, so I couldn't find the time to throw you out. But you carried the beacon. Indeed, the sky people will be after us soon. Why didn't you throw it away? I'll let you guess. Fine. I kept the beacon to force you to join my side. We're both on the same boat. The enemy will soon assail us from all directions. You and I must work together and take the initiative if we want to get back to Earth. See that star far over there? That is where we're headed to. Okay, well, I'm doing a quick pause. So this might not be current auto, right? This might be another auto from the imaginary tree. But this is auto. I like the way he's like, I'm out of tricks. I'm like, this is auto. This is auto or some sort of other version of auto that is a part of the massive imaginary tree, right? For now, I'm just gonna say that this is the current auto in the story. Which I guess it's a bit confusing, but I'm just going to accept that it is the auto that we know and not some other imaginary auto. But I'm gonna quickly pause this video because I need to check something on Star Rail. So I was thinking that there was a character in Star Rail that looks very close to this version of auto, this space version of auto. But I checked the website, there's not really a character that looks like this. Anyways, we'll continue. So here we cut back to 2005. We're at the Anthropy HQ, meeting room 3, which is very interesting that like the story is taking place before everything in the main story of Honkai Impact, and then also taking place after every. Very interesting. I'm also very curious to learn, when did Alien Space come out? Right? I'm going to just... I'm just curious, because there are a few spoiler things that happen. I'm not going to discuss them. But there are a few things that happen in the later chapters of Honkai Impact that really mess with the skipping to the after everything. There are some inconsistencies, I'll say it then. Mophead, you definitely have to check this out. Tesla slams into the room. We just received a message from Shixel. It is a trajectory of an asteroid 439 that they calculated on their own. Tesla here, or sorry, Einstein here holding a cup. The Shixel Overseer Otto did say that he'll help with the calculations as a symbol of our friendship. Are their solutions different from ours? No, the trajectory of asteroid 439 they predicted is exactly the same as ours. But there's something else. Look over there. Einstein with this shocked expression. What? A new satellite in low Earth orbit. Yeah, and that satellite is labeled as the 4th divine key. Wait, what? First off, you have the 2nd divine key being a freaking terrain. Now it's the 4th divine key is just the satellite. What have you been up to, Dr. May? Oh my god. Our analysis. Also this is, I feel like we're hitting this point. Like much like spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2, skip like 2 minutes, and spoilers for what was I thinking of? I was thinking of something else. Anyways, if you don't want to have spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 2, skip like a minute ahead. I feel like the next divine key is just going to be a freaking building. Because right, in Metal Gear Solid 2, you learn that the entire game takes place on top of a Metal Gear. And I feel like we're getting to this point where an entire city is just a divine key. We are getting to that point. And I cannot wait for that reveal. I cannot wait for when that's going to happen, at what game, but we are definitely going to get a city that is a divine key. Because they're just pulling out these keys from everywhere. Anyways, back to the 4th divine key being a satellite. Our analysis also found an encrypted file hidden within the Shixel data. Greetings, fellow scientists from Anti-Entropy. Forgive the manners by which I've sent this message. However, this is the only means by which I can contact you without our overseer knowing. Shixel has kept the 4th key a secret, for it intends to attack you with its weapon. This attack will be a crime against humanity. I refuse to sit idly by and let this happen. I hope I can... The means of activating the 4th key in exchange for escaping Shixel and asylum at AE. Yeah, the sender claims to be the lead scientist of Saint 730B Labs. Even gave us an encrypted number to call him with. What do you think? Should we contact the Sovereign? No. We won't contact him just yet. We have yet to determine the truthfulness of this message. Also, this guy giving off major Dan vibes from Star Rail. Obviously, when you look at his like eyes and face here, not so much, but you know, I could see him being a version of Dan. Anyways, but I think we can call this asylum seeker with that number. What's his name again? His first name was Ryosuke Murata. Himeko's father? 2005, location unknown. Oh my freaking god! What? Okay. Hey, what are you looking at? United States, New Mexico, looking at stuff on aliens again? Is this Wrath? Is he hanging out with Wrath right now? Yeah. Okay, so it looks like maybe the creature here is speaking, so we'll use a different voice. Hey, what are you looking at? United States, New Mexico are looking at stuff on the aliens again. Yeah, I know all about the 1947 Roswell incident. They say that an alien UFO crashed at that place, and the surviving extraterrestrials were taken prisoners. Please tell me you're not taking this seriously. They're claiming that a civilization capable of interstellar travel has one of their spacecraft shot down by 1947 human tech. Sure, you can say that Sheiksel Overseer may be able to pull that off, but guess what? He was occupied by something else in 1947. And the AE Sovereign wasn't even around. The first Hersher hadn't even appeared yet. Roswell's just human fantasy that isn't worth your time. Fulfill your end of the bargain, and I'll see to it that your wishes are fulfilled. We'll give you a real story about real aliens. Dun dun dun. Chapter. This is good. This is good so far. I'm very curious how, because people have said that you have to read Alien Space after APHO, or part one of APHO, and so I'm very curious, and I obviously I have full faith in the writing team, how they're going to rope in everything that involves Himeko, that involves the past before the main story, and how they tie that all together with what's happening at several years after the events of the current story game. So it's gonna be fascinating. Anyways, we cut to here. April. Sotsugu graduation ceremony in the Far East. Okay, so it looks like wait, are we more in the past? Because here she doesn't look like she's in a college. Whereas before she's at the California Institute of Technology, so I guess this is a younger version. Okay, so we're going further into the past. We see Himeko's father here. Dad? I thought you weren't coming. Sorry, Himeko. Work keeps getting in the way. I only saw your email yesterday, but I can't afford to miss my little girl's graduation. So I brought a ticket and flew over here at once. I'm really proud of you. Eggia cum laude. Top of your class. Wow, amazing. With outstanding praise. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Not very good at speaking Latin, but you know me. You even presented a paper on international conference before your graduation. You'll be admitted to any college you apply. Are you keen on studying at a European university? We can live together as a family. My job requires me to stay in Europe. I felt bad that you had to live on your own. Mother passed. It's all right, Dad. I know your work is important, but you really finished reading my email? I already applied to Caltech, and look at what they said. Living with Dad may be nice, but I'm not planning to study in Europe. There is this major that I'm really interested in. Space engineering and astrodynamics will be the stuff of the future. When we explore the space and the stars, after doing my research, I found that no university... Okay, I'm about to cry. Because, okay, I had to take it a bit slow. Because you hear her? Oh my god, because you hear her talking about her dreams of wanting to do space engineering, astrodynamic, will be the she's like, will be the stuff of the future, and she's like wanting to learn all this stuff. And we know in chapter 9 what happens to Himeko. But we see in Star Rail what happens to Himeko. And it's like there was a different future. There was a different version of Himeko that was able to fulfill those dreams. It just hits me here, you know. Okay, let's continue. After doing my research, I found that no university in Europe offered these courses. Meanwhile, Caltech happened to have the best aerospace and space engineering program in the world. Don't worry about me, Dad. I can take care of myself. You're the one who taught me that the members of the Murata would always work hard to achieve their dream. And it turned out that I made the right choice. This is a place where I could read about the new knowledge and the latest tech. Caltech is also a wonderful place for academic pursuits. People are recognized and rewarded for the results they achieve. And the lecturers for this class, Associated Professor Welt, he looked really young. I believe he's already tenure track. And then Himeko receives a phone call. Aliens in New Mexico. And then we just see Arihado. Aliens in New Mexico? Now we learn the story of Welt Yang. 3 months ago in an underground training cabin, Anthropy HQ, Welt looking like an absolute Chad. He's holding the Dark Star. It's called the Dark Star, right? That's the divine key he's holding. Anyways. Don't push yourself too hard, Welt. Data from the latest training session showed that you're restored 65% of your power. But the injuries you sustained in the second eruption are too severe. Even Hersher powers will not achieve a perfect rebuilding of your body. I know it's slow, but try to stick with the physical rehab program. I can't believe I spent 5 years to only get 65% of my power back. My injuries meant that you and Tesla had to lead and manage Anthropy for my sake. We should feel lucky that Shikso also took heavy losses in the second eruption. Both sides, these 5 years rebuilding, no major conflict broke out during this time. Don't worry about us, Sovereign. Dr. Tesla and I are fully capable of keeping AE afloat. Just focus on getting better. You've already done so much for us, Yoki. You deserve a much break. We are now at current times. Los Angeles International Airport, so most likely 2005, I would assume, is the current time. Now in LA, dude, I go pick up Himeko right now? What's going on here? I'm sorry, miss, but I really need to see your photo ID to sell you a ticket. My student ID should be on me this entire time. Please don't tell me I lost it. Miss Murata, I'm afraid you dropped this. Hey, it's my student ID. Oh, Dr. Welt, are you doing here? Actually, yeah, what are you doing here? And why do you have my student ID, you freak? You dropped this on the floor after the class ended. I wanted to give it to you, but you ran off really fast. And it took me a while to catch up with you. I was running, you got an Uber, I was still running, you were booking it. I'm really sorry about that, Welt. I'm really sorry about that, Dr. Welt. But something urgent came up and I had to take a last-minute trip to New Mexico. Going to New Mexico? Why? Well, there's an online conspiracy about alien sightings in New Mexico. They even sent out the exact coordinates so that we can head over to see it ourselves. This is super interesting, Dr. Welt. I'm heading over right there. Who knows what I might see? I might see these aliens with my own eyes. Let me take a better look at that photo. Mexico. Oh, it can't. Miss Murata, I'm afraid that's not an alien. Okay, so you're an expert on extraterrestrial life as well, Dr. Welt? Anyways, I gotta go. Peace out, Dr. Well, flight's taking off soon, and I hope we can talk about the aliens later when I find them with my own eyes, because clearly you don't know anything. And then here it's like, well, it's just like, you didn't even let me talk about, okay, bye. Cut to New Mexico. New Mexico. Oh, I'm doing, this is Tesla. I'm doing pretty well, Welt. Yeah, the Arihado is in New Mexico right now. Yeah, we actually caught a few UFO nutcases yesterday. Yeah, I gave them memory wipes. Wait, what? They posted those photos online already? Your student? Don't worry about it. Your boy Ryoma and his goons will arrest her once she arrives. We'll also make sure to shoot on sight, so don't worry, well, everything's handled. And then we'll give her a memory wipe and send her home. Okay, maybe not the shooting part. Dr. Tesla, are you sure those memory wipers are safe? Those UFO fans we wiped out yesterday are still not fully conscious. Couldn't stop trembling and keep talking in their sleep. Oh my god. It's like that is frightening. That is right, Tesla. You gotta Tesla, you built a mech. Figure out your memory wiper thing. Figure out your memory wiper thing. There are some side effects on that. There are some. And then Wells just like, I don't even have a phone nearby. I'm just gonna use this battery pack. Wells just like, you worry too much, Ryoma. Those are expected side effects. They'll be, oh no, I see, like, Tesla's over the phone, so they're like, you worry too much, Ryoma. Those are expected side effects. They'll be like, you know, this for about 5 days, and then 10 days at most. And then they'll wake up and everything will be fine. And Wells just like, what? My student? Tesla. I prefer to not have, not getting my students into a memory wipe coma. I'll think of something, okay? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Wells, I got you. I'll make sure that she doesn't find the Arihado, okay? You're good, Wells. We're good. No memory wipe in here. No memory wipe in here. Ryoma, wipe her memories. Wipe her memories. Wipe her memories. Excuse me, I need a ticket to New Mexico. Oh yes, the flight is about to take off. And then Well just sits next to Himeko. Dr. Well, don't tell me you're interested in finding the truth about aliens. And then we cut to next chapter. Oh, how interesting though. So Himeko also is probably going to be somehow incorporated with AE? What is going on here? This is wild. This is absolutely wild. There are like, I don't know why all these characters who maybe shouldn't be here are here. So we are now in chapter 2. We're learning about Himeko's part of her trip to New Mexico. Miss Murata, can I borrow your phone? I need to take another look at that alien photo you showed me earlier. Dr. Welt, did you follow me to look at the aliens? Never knew you were a UFO fan as well. No, I'm not a fan. I'm just a little curious about this. How are you planning to find the alien after landing at New Mexico? This place is huge. Finding the location where the photo was taken won't be easy. Don't worry, I got it covered. See those strings on the number on the photo? That's the coordinates when the photo was taken. I'll just use GPS and find the thing. Pretty easy. Good. At least we have a plan. Thanks for the phone, Miss Murata. I've memorized the place once we get off the plane. We'll grab a taxi and head over there at once. Well, it's just like, I'm just gonna take you there myself. We can't hide this from you. We can't hide this from you. I'm just gonna take you to AE. So now we are in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Eesh. This is just getting weird. You freaking got me, Well. You freaking got me. He just reasoned the shit out of that phone in that photo. That's so fascinating, though, because when I think of the way the Hersher of reason could do things, right? I think about it as him physically, like, creating and like constructing and deconstructing things, right? But like physical things. This is like a digital thing. So he can make adjust digital, like things digitally. That's very fascinating. Anyways, this is weird. But we did arrive at the coordinates indicated on the photo. Miss Murata says Santa Fe is the capital of New Mexico. This doesn't look like a landing site to me. I don't believe any aliens would have landed in the middle of an urbanized district with plenty of indigenous witnesses around. Maybe something is wrong with the GPS. Perhaps we can expand the search radius and look around in the suburbs instead. I don't think we need to do that. I believe that we've found alien. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe that this elaborate plan, the photo, wow. Bravo, Well, bravo. That is incredible. What a movie poster, indeed. Arihato, the ninja mech, coming soon to big screens. The movie should be out in 2 months, but I guess this theater managed to get the poster up early. Blogger must have taken the photo during the night, when things don't look as clear, and then made up a story about Alien. Himiko's like, I'm still suspicious. Such nonsense is pretty common online. Another fake story. This one is a wasted trip. This blogger wrote plenty of scholarly articles about extraterrestrial life and alien visits. That's why I believed him. Awkward. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Miss Murata, but the misdirection is far better than getting a memory wipe from Dr. Tesla. I had to do this. Okay, so Ryoma had to put up the poster. He's like, oh, I gotta print up this poster. That's so funny. This is the thing, right? Is that when you look at Ryoma through the lens of him working with Anthropy, he seems like a great guy. But for some reason, you know, when you look at the main story for Ryoma, it's like, you know, he was arrested for embezzlement or whatever. And it's like, why did you do this character dirty like that? I don't know. I don't know why they would do this character dirty like. Yeah, it's a very, very strange choice. Very strange choice. They make him look really cool and make him look like a good guy through the lens of AE, but then when you see him in the main story of Honkai Impact, he's like, he just embezzles much money and gets arrested. Who knows? Maybe he was like framed. That could have been an interesting side to it. But anyways, let's continue reading the manga. Misdirection. Good job, Ryoma. Hope nobody noticed that stupid typo. Oh. Okay, so this is the hunt. Okay, this I'm gonna guarantee you. This is 100% a typo. You know, because you know obviously this is probably not made by native English speakers. The art, so they just drew the art as like, okay, this is how you say coming, right? They forgot to remove the E, and then whoever did the translations or this was like, let's make a joke where he's like, huh, good thing they didn't notice the stupid typo. Like, I feel like that is how this progressed, right? Anyways, I got it done on time. Managed to print and hang that giant poster as requested. I'm really sorry about all that, Doctor. Well, I should have done better research and checked that blog post first. I know you must be really upset about this wasted trip. It's all right. What was that accent that was saying? It's all right, Miss Murata. You don't have to make me feel better, Dr. Welt. I know you're crazy about aliens. Only superfans would buy a ticket upon looking at that fake photo. But I'm actually not interested in aliens. Oh, this is Welt going. But I'm actually not interested in aliens. You're not interested in aliens? Then why did you follow me to New Mexico? If it's not about aliens, then you come here because you care about me? Otto. I don't know why I keep calling Welt Otto. Welt is just like, I am not dating my student. This is not what's happening here, Himeko. It looks weird though. No, of course not. I mean, it's not what you okay. How do I explain this without offending you? All right, I'll admit it. I'm really interested in extraterrestrial life, and I came here because I wanted to see it for myself. Because I'm not going to get myself into trouble by saying yes, I'm dating my student, or by saying no, you're not worth dating. And then Himeko was like, I knew it. I had to use the trick to make you admit it. That was a trap. And I was afraid that nobody believes in aliens anymore. I tried starting a student club for research on extraterrestrial civilization, but nobody joined. All right, Dr. Welt, can I name you as a supporter faculty member? I'll send you the details of our next club event. Did you know that NASA just announced a new asteroid named 439? It will be passing right by planet Earth before it collides with the sun. I plan to observe its final journey. You should witness it too, Dr. Welt. The best time and place to watch this should be... Wait, Miss Murata, I haven't agreed to becoming your member. Murata Ryosuke. When humanity starts losing interest. I'm gonna change up his voice, right? So, when did humanity start losing interest in search for extraterrestrial life? And we see Earth, Sun, beauty. Saint 7308 Labs, Shixel headquarters, we see... Oh no, this is Ryosuke Murata. This is Himeko's father. I was like, this is Himeko's father. But Ryoma is Mei's father, and I reread that, and I was like, oh, I was just I used to be a university researcher until 5 years ago, when I received an invitation from Otto, the overseer of Shixel. I was offered directorship. Okay, that's the word I have to read. I was offered directorship of the Saint 7308 research facility. The contents of my work are to be kept highly. I also had to leave my family, but it was the satellite named the Fourth Divine Key that persuaded me to accept his offer. The key was constructed using technology that does not belong to the Terra. My primary task was to oversee the repairs and the restoration of this thing. Data unearthed from various shelters showed that the fourth key was not designed for battle. Its purpose was to repair a world devastated by the final Hersher. Records say that it performed its task for 50,000 years and restored the corrupted atmosphere, lands, and oceans. When the repairs were done, the key had expended its energy reserve, and it continued to drift into space. Since then, Shixel repaired the key in order to remediate the lands and the ecological of the Siberian steppes devastated by the Second Honkai War. Ah, well done, Dr. Murata. My Valkyries have just completed measurements of various environmental parameters in Siberia. Honkai levels have significantly dropped. The natural ecology is recovering as well. These are the results of your good work. Thank you, Lord Otto. Everyone worked hard to make this happen. However, the key is not fully repaired. We need to start maintenance, since it had kept running for 6 months without rest. I also would like to ask if you can, use this downtime to visit my daughter. She's studying in North America and I haven't visited her. Just a family visiting. Is there anything else? I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm done, man. Just Otto, just once. Just let people live their lives, man. You don't have to control everything, okay? He's just gonna visit his daughter. He's gonna come back, okay? You don't have to use the Fei Hong down to just freaking. Oh. Okay. Anyways, Otto says, are you using this family visit to hide other plans? No, Lord Otto. No, Lord Otto, this isn't a joke. I just want to see my daughter. I don't think he's... Okay, all right, okay, so... Okay. I was afraid that Otto was trying to manipulate his memories for him to not go see his daughter, but it looks like Otto was just trying to see if he had any other intent. That I am more okay with that than altering someone's memory. Apologies, Dr. Murata. I shouldn't doubt your loyalty. Your request for the leave has been approved. Happy holidays. But do be careful. Out there, the Americans are under the influence of anthropy. Oh my god. No freaking way. What is this creature? Because by the time this is released, I have not reacted to chapter 25 of by the time you're reading this, by the time you're watching this video, I've already reacted to chapter 29 of Honkai Impact, but I have yet to do the chapter discussion of chapter 25, where we learn about Shigure Kira and Wrath. And Wrath was in a very similar form to this creature here. So this might not be Wrath per se, but very interesting that they take on a very similar appearance. I'm curious to learn more about this creature. Are they from the, Sugar Plum City or whatever it's called? That was one weird chapter. Anyways, it eats the thing. It eats Feng Huan down. That is insane. Okay, we're moving on to chapter 4. We are learning still more about Himiko's father. Late night LAX. My friends from Anthropy, I'm afraid you are a little too late. Well met, Dr. Murata. I'm Dr. Einstein of Anthropy. This is Dr. Tesla. Apologies for taking more time than previously agreed on. We needed to make sure you're not being tailed by Sheik Soul agent. It's alright. I'm honored to be in your presence, Doctor. Since you are meeting me in person, am I safe to assume that you have agreed to my terms? We'll keep you safe for the time being, on the condition that you tell us the truth. Of course, this is the device for unlocking the fourth device. And this document details Sheik Soul's plans. The fourth key will be used to create a hurricane and attack the East Coast of the United States. We have a question for you, Dr. Murray. After you contacted us, our intel department began looking for relevant info. We found that the fourth key has been used for environmental remediation in Siberia for the past few years. However, we failed to identify any intel that hints it as being used for a weapon. This may sound credulous, but I've only told you the truth. Just connect the unlocking device into the mainframe of the fourth key, and you'll find the attack plan. Those plans will prove my words. Wait, hold up. Where are you going? We need you to stay at our base while we get to the bottom of this. Well, my daughter is studying at a university nearby. I haven't seen her for a while, and would like to take this chance to visit her. Unlike Shixel, Anthropy is a defender of human liberty and rights. You won't keep me away as a prisoner, right? Prisoner? I just said... Wait, Dr. Tesla. We need some time to study the fourth divine. Dr. Murata should be allowed to visit his daughter while we prepare. Thank you. I'll take my leave. Ed, do you think he's telling us the truth? This guy stole the device unlocking the fourth key from Shixel. In fact, he did it without Otto knowing. It's just way too amazing. I share your suspicions. I'll have our intel agents follow him. But the most important thing we must focus on is to determine whether this device for unlocking the divine key can actually work. Now, what a beautiful picture. The future. Oh, that's such a beautiful picture. 2029, somewhere in space. Oh, so are they aboard the fourth divine key? Is that what we're kind of now trying to connect the dots to? Anyways, are those asteroids being launched into space? What are they? Well, they don't seem like ordinary space rocks. They're probably Vanguard stone used by the Sky people to search for other civilized races. But since they don't want to be found by other more powerful civilizations, the Vanguards were designed to look like natural asteroids. The Vanguards were launched at stars and black holes. Scouting units in a Vanguard stone will observe planets they pass by and search for potential civilization. Responses taken by the Vanguard will depend on the level of civilization that was found. If they encounter a planet, a less advanced civilization, the scouts will relay the coordinates of the planet to a forward base. And you know that the Honkai levels are positively correlated to the level of civilization. These less civilized planets will be given time to mature for a better harvest. And then we see this kind of cathedral looking place, very similar to the original Shixel HQ. Very interesting. Even the Sky people fear the civilization stronger than they are. If that were to happen, all comlinks aboard the Vanguard stone will be cut. The stone's trajectory would then be changed to a collision with the star. They hope that utter destruction will dissolve all evidence of intelligent life and any possibility of their home world being found. And just to ensure that the advanced civilization in that star system remains oblivious to their existence, they would stop sending Vanguard Stone to that system for at least a few decades. I have a question for you. The Vanguard Stone were to discover a planet with plenty of Honkai, and inhabited by a weak civilization that the Sky people think they can defeat. What do you think would happen? You should know something about the Tungska event. Impact caused by a meteor measuring only 60 meters in size gave an explosion of 20 megatons of a large explosion. And then they mentioned that the event is a large explosion that took place in the Siberian taiga on the 30th of They only need to change the trajectory slightly, turn the Vanguard Stone into a most powerful weapon. So I'm wondering if they are hinting at the fact that Asteroid 439 is actually a Vanguard Stone. Because they mention that this has taken place before the next eruption, right? So interesting that potentially that asteroid was the Vanguard, and then they came back a decade or so later to the start of Honkai Impact 3. Very cool if that is actually the case. After time, a cataclysmic impact hits the target civilization. They would send in grunts and harvesters to collect the Honkai. Things would be far easier this way. And, like, very interesting that, like, this auto character knows so much about the Vanguard. But we cut back to Himeko's side of the story. She's looking at Dr. Welt. So we have this, okay, so Himeko gets her cheek poked, and we see this adorable new character. Look, okay? I freaking love this character. She is so cute. Oh my god. Hun, I can see that you just can't take your eyes off Dr. Welt. That's it. Dr. Welt? He's quite the Sigma Chad, but I wasn't staring at him, okay? I was just looking at the formula on the board, you know, intently, trying to understand it. Sorry, Captain, obviously, but your face is blushing. Hey, it's not like there's anything wrong with that. Every girl agrees that Dr. Welt is fine, but he's just so boring, you know? It felt as though he's way older than he looked. And he has a massive cock. I'm not sure why I said that, but, you know, it's out there. We saw it. So, I guess you're into older men, aren't you? I was just saying that I was looking at the formula on the board and not at Welt's massive, but we do happen to share some common interests. And then Himiko's just like, shoot me, please shoot me. Look, I have the evidence right here. We made plans to study Asteroid 439 as a team. I see. A date for 2 lonely stargazers. Sounds very romantic. It's not a date, okay? We're just observing not our celestial bodies. We're just observing celestial bodies as a whole, like not our physical bodies. That's studying a celestial body. We are on the same wavelength right now. Studying a celestial body? Will you include other bodies as well? I freaking love this character. Because here's the fact, right? There was a part, like, I love it when there are characters who look very close to how I look, right? And we kind of got that with a little bit with Carol, right? We got that a bit with Carol. I was hoping we would get that with Susanna, you know, Susanna and her branch, but we did not. And so I'm happy to see that we have another like tan character in the story. It's like I could connect with you, and the fact that she's just like, yeah, okay. So you and Welt are gonna check each other out, right? We connect on this wavelength. And then Welt's just like, armed with a superior sense of hearing. Oh, and the narrator. Armed with a superior sense of hearing, the Herrscher was able to hear every single. Oh no. Welt's just like, and the formula here. What's going on over there? He's like, oh yeah, you can even see like the sweat marks on the back of his head. He's like, the formula here is definitely a formula. Oh, I have to fix that now. I ruined it. And then the bell starts to ring. Don't let me keep you. Oh, don't. Okay. I was like, I could not read that sentence. Don't let me keep you, girl. Go nab your man. Hey, I gotta go turn in this observation plan to Dr. Well. Okay? There's nothing weird going on between us. I guess this is what it means to be young. She was rejecting a ton of boys left and right. Never expected her to fall for the substitute team. That's probably the end of that character. Rip. Dr. Welt, remember our club event to observe asteroid 439? I wrote an observation plan. Can you please review it for me? I must admit, you wrote a very comprehensive plan for tracking the asteroid. Quite frightening, actually. If we want to observe 439 from a nearby location, the optimal window would be next Friday at 2000 hours. There's no point in staying here since our auto exposure crisis is here already. Up with an excuse to. What? Here, and then this like, almost like, I mean, is this going to be her father? Because this is like a Cthulhu-like character that we see here. Or like a beholder, right? A beholder, so that singular eye, these like tentacles are wrapping around Otto. And then Otto pushes Himeko, get behind me, Miss Himeko, or Miss Murata. What's going on, Dr. Well? Oh. So I wonder if this is real, or it's because Welt can sense the energy of the creature that is with Ryosuke. Then, Welt's like this. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. Just a normal man. I thought I could take a photo of my daughter in secret. Did I scare you too? Well, that's a creepy thing to say. You could just say, hey, hi daughter I haven't seen in several years. What's up? Not, hey, I was taking my picture of my daughter in secret. She didn't know I came here. What, Dad? Why are you here? I got here a few days ago of leave. I got a few days of leave and I decided to swing by and visit you. Hope I didn't mess up your date. I didn't. Unpresent just. Something felt far more powerful than last Honkai. Is this fine gentleman a boyfriend you never told me about? No, you're totally mistaken, Dad. This is Dr. Welt, a professor of space engineering at the program at Caltech. Dr. Welt, this is my dad, Mr. Murata Ryosuke. He's also a physicist currently working at a research institute in Europe. Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you, Dr. Welt. Himeko, do you have some time right now? I can use a campus tour and take a look at the advanced equipment of the North American labs. Now? But I plan to check out some telescopes with Dr. Welt. It's all right, Miss Murata. It's all right, Miss Murata. You should accompany your father today. We can always check the telescopes later when we both have time. All right, Dr. Welt. We'll check the telescopes next time. He's Miss Murata's father. They seem to get along pretty well. It reminds me of the time when my dad wasn't. In any case. And Elias, long name is Welt's father, died in 1905. In any case, that odd presence concerns me. I'll look into it as soon as I can. forgot to turn down Miss Murata's invitation. Ah, he was close to blowing my cover. That's very odd. Humans shouldn't notice your presence at all. But that Dr. Wells seems to have detected you almost at once. Not human is nothing like the others. Didn't expect to run into one of his... the kind that you hear about only in the stories. 2005, Anti-Entropy, Meeting Room 3. I'm done analyzing this unlocking device. This device should let us establish a connection to the mainframe computer of the fourth key. What do you think, Mophead? Should we hack into Sheik's soul to see what they're up to? They might find us, you know. What did you just do, Dr. Tesla? Hi! Nothing at all! What is this? The fourth key has just been activated. It is now releasing Honkai energy. Houston. So, I'm gonna stop right here. Oh, here. Oh no, we're literally almost done with this episode, with this chapter. The key is creating a storm system off the North American East Coast. It has locked on to a target, Houston. So, how do we feel so far? Honestly, this is definitely... how should I put this? Definitely, it is... We have three factions. We have Sheiksoul, who is actually doing environmental work with the fourth divine key. After seeing this is confirmation that I don't believe Otto is actually using it. A, probably didn't know about it having an attack. And B, I don't think Otto is using this to actually plan an attack. I think it is really Himiko's father and whatever creature is trying to possess him to cause, to cause an impact. Cause another impact, right? A third impact. So that's what I feel is happening right now, because I don't believe that after seeing what's happening here, I don't believe Otto actually had plans to attack. Which also, it still felt weird, right? It definitely felt weird. Like, Otto is not someone... like, Otto is a very complicated character, right? He's not... I don't feel he's someone who would just kill you to kill you, right? He's gonna kill you for there has to be a reason for his madness, right? He's not gonna fight AE without a reason for helping him achieve more power or helping Otto get closer to trying to get Callan back, right? So it feels like him just causing a hurricane to destroy the East Coast doesn't really make sense for Otto. But it kind of makes sense for AE because they're like, oh, he wants to hurt us. And to them, they think that Otto's like insane. He's willing to do this stuff, right? Because he is willing to do that stuff. You know, he's willing to have people get killed in order to reason with a Hersher or something like that, right? But I don't think he's the one who's going to instigate this stuff. So, anyways, let's continue. Now we are on chapter 6, Attack, or The Attack. We're back with, Himiko's father. Looks like he is coughing up some blood. So we're at 2005, Caltech dining. He's coughing up blood. Sorry to keep you waiting, Dad. You're back. I hope she didn't see any of that. Go ahead and eat something first. I know this isn't the best food. Oh, this is Himiko. Go ahead and eat something first. I know this isn't the best food, but I've learned how to cook. I'll show you my true culinary skills for dinner. And then we have a weather forecast. We have an urgent report. Satellites have just identified a powerful hurricane near the city of Houston. Once it lands, this hurricane is likely to wreak havoc to areas around the city as well. All coastal residents are advised to prepare for the coming storm. And then Dan, or not Dan, I keep wanting to call him Dan because he does look like Dan from Star Rail, but Ryosuke. pulls out his phone. Most likely, it's most likely either Otto or AE, because either way, they both know what the hell is, they both know exactly what's going on. I'm sorry, Himeko. I need to go visit a few old friends. I'll try to be back tomorrow. Okay, so it seems like it's AE. And I'll definitely try cooking once I return. Fine. Go ahead and do your thing. You always bring your work around with you. I guess this will never change. Like, sighs. Just make sure you're back tomorrow, because I really want to show you my skills. Don't worry, Himeko. I'll be back as quickly as I can. Yes, that's right. I'll definitely be back as quickly as I can. Okay. So now this is definitely like, death flag has been raised. It actually may just be Otto ready to kill him now. Like, you just took our equipment. Okay. Cut to Anthropy once again. The emergency shutdown protocol initiated. The system will be locked for 72 hours. I'll attempt to break into the system and cancel the attack plan during this time. Dear professors, I'm extremely sorry for what has transpired. I didn't expect Overseer Otto to place a trigger within the unlocking device itself, and it seems the device has deployed the attack upon activation. This isn't your fault, Dr. Murata. We must thank you for helping us locate the emergency shutdown protocol quickly enough. Alright, Mophead, just tell us how confident you are in cracking the code. The fourth key is a previous era relic and has been modified by the Shixel Overseer. I'm afraid my chances in breaking the code don't look very good, Dr. Tesla. A single mistake may reactivate the device and place the entirety of North American coastline under attack. We had hardly a few years of peace before that Manic is at it again. If I get my hands on him, I'll shave his silly hair and dump him in the nuclear reactor. And then we have like a picture of Otto going, hee. If he thinks we're out of our attacks, then he's wrong. The fourth key is a low orbit. Once I know its precise location, I'll shoot it down with the silver bullet. The Shixel Overseer did talk about this before. To protect the fourth key from attacks, its orbital coordinates are highly classified, but I know the means to locate the key. Please, let me help you. This disaster will claim many lives if we were to fail. My own daughter lives here right now. I don't want anything to happen to her. Which I still think this guy is majorly I don't know. I still don't believe Otto is fully I don't believe Otto is fully the cause of this mess. I still feel it's the creature that Ryosuke has in him. Great. Our Silver Bullet launches the new facility in New Mexico. Let's not waste time and head over right now, Dr. Murata. It just doesn't add up for me. Things may not be as simple as they seem. I shall contact our sovereign right away. And here Einstein's kind of thing. Like, Mr. Murata has like answers to everything. It seems too suspicious. And of course, now we cut the Shixel, and now we're going to see Otto's side of why did the fourth key just activate. Lord Otto, the fourth key was activated 3 hours ago. It created a hurricane off the North American East Coast and directed it towards the city of Houston. However, we picked up an emergency activation shutdown protocol within the key. The hurricane dissipated moments before landing. Is this part of your plan, Lord Otto? No, Amber. I didn't plan for any of this to happen. We also lost crucial data on the fourth key, as well as the device needed to unlock it. Even I can no longer command this relic. Lord Otto, you must contact Anthropy at once, or else they'll regard this as an attack initiated by Shixel. Just listen to yourself, Amber. Do you really think I can convince them, AE, that I am not the one behind this? After all, everything that I've done very well of my credibility. I've done very well aware of my credibility. We can't prove our innocence by explaining things away for finding excuses. Best strategy is for us to find the true culprit behind all of this. And here Otto is still thinking that it might not be Ryosuke, which is interesting. Okay, never mind. He's already jumped into it. Aside from me, the person who knows most about the fourth key happens to be this man. I've read his mind with Feng Huan Dao, failed to find any trace of betrayal. But I also left another failsafe just in case. And now we cut to the launch facility at the AE in New Mexico. Some guy just grabbed this drone. What the hell is this? What the hell is that? Wait, what? All right, this is what I meant, right? Is that Otto won't just like kill to kill, right? There has to be a reason. Now he's flying into this launch facility, killing the guard because now he has a reason to. Oh boy, okay. All right, chapter 7, Machina. Or Machina? Machina, okay. We're still learning, we're still having the Ryosuke side of the story. This is our launch control room. We'll need your help to pinpoint the position of the fourth key. And then I'll blow the thing to pieces. Access granted. Hey Ryosuke, something doesn't feel right. I can't sense the thoughts of these guards. And then the guard pulls up the gun because obviously it is now being mind controlled. Dr. Tesla, watch out! And then gets shot. Stay in the control room. I'll lead them away. Hey, wait! And then we see just a bunch of these dots trying to communicate. Can you find a way to stop them? No, something has locked their minds. I can't interfere with their thoughts. Since we can't defeat them with mental attacks, there's only one option left. Just be quick about it. Your body can't control this power for long. Ugh. So the actual creature itself kind of like unfolds itself because now it just has like an eye sitting inside its mouth. That's so freaky. Sorry, people. And then he just absolutely kills all the guards there. And then they all see the creature that Otto sent out. This thing was trying to escape its dead host. Do you have any idea what this is? Never seen this before. It looks like the latest tech a spy bot for infiltrating a target planet, controlling the native population and getting intel. The bot is also armed with a self-destruct device to destroy any trace of its existence if found. And if their spy bot managed to find this place, Ryosuke, we need to head to the control room right away. Their target must very well be the silver bullets. And then we cut back to the launch control room. Dr. Tesla, thank goodness you're all right. Of course I'll be all right. I can easily deal with hundreds of such enemies on my own. The guards were under some sort of mind control. Curses. I guess this is the work of the Shixel Overseer and his Feng Huan Down. I was one step too late. They uploaded a virus into the mainframe and disabled the entire launch system. They're one step ahead of us. The silver bullet is the only weapon we can attack them. Dr. Tesla, if we can't fire the silver bullet, does AE have any other way to stop the fourth key? Fire the silver bullet? I'll leave it like this? Look, I just need 2 days to get the system working again. And you should be busy finding the key coordinates during this time. A lot of blood, are you sure? No worries, just a flesh wound. But you must patch up before you get an infection. The medical bay is at the right of the corridor. There's little you can do here, so go take care of yourself first. Should be far enough. Oh, okay, so she's like, yeah, get out of this control room because Walt's gonna show up here. Fourth key, the silver bullet, guards under some mind control, and robotic devices never seen before. So what is your take on all this, Solver? And now we cut back to them. What is this creature? Forward base of the Sky People. And here we just have them talking. Have you seen? Oh, they're looking for Welt with the glasses. Welt equals king. Here they are, and then we see this creature here. This like golden creature with glasses on. Okay. And they're like, sovereign. And then Good, learn your place and step aside. We have infiltrated the place and should be here. We should be safe here. We can finally rid ourselves of these disguises. Oh, I see. They disguise themselves as these creatures. That's why they're a bit confused. Okay. That was a very interesting encounter, by the way. I've always believed that the Sky People were insensitive to individual appearance. I was surprised when a particular unit expressed a strange interest in your glasses. Luckily for us, I recall that the means to create a mimic of higher-ranking nerve worm. The nerve worm of the Sky People is designed to hijack the nervous system of indigenous races and exert control over their every move and action. Given the large number of colonies and the slave races they control, these Sky People can only identify individuals by the nerve worm they... Does that mean that there's a fourth party at place? Because the way this auto is referring to, and obviously we don't know if it's auto, but I mean, it's kind of, it's safe to assume it's auto. But because like the way Otto is describing the nerve worm, it feels like we have now 4 parties at place in 5. We have AE, we have Sheiksel, we have the Sky People, and then we have whatever Ryosuke and his little creature. That's 4 parties at play right now. But they gave you the intention that maybe Otto is the one who knows about the nerve worm beginning, and he knows about it here. So it could just be that, but I don't know. This doesn't, like the Sky People stuff doesn't seem like something Otto would do. But I guess we'll continue. Before I forget, that special squad which helped you all these worms or something, was it the lover? Ah, how ignorant. It doesn't even sound nice. Had enough fun already. Their forward base should be up ahead. Time to get things. What are they planning? Like, what is going on? I'm just, obviously this is 17 chapters. We are only on chapter 8. But I'm like I just want to make sure everything just comes together, you know? The sugars. Oh. Okay, I guess I was right. So it looks like this could be Wrath, or it could just be someone else from the Sugar Plum City or whatever it's called. Okay, cool. So let's continue. Why are you here enjoying yourself, Peppermint? What about the mission at the launch facility? The launch has been delayed. We're underestimating the Sky People. They can now deploy spy bots before their vanguards land on the target. Okay, so it is a fourth party has just joined the battle. Oh my god. These bots can control the natives to acquire intel and sabotage any weapon that might threaten the stone. Oh dear. Sky People is advancing at a rate faster than I thought. I think it's more like us not making any progress at all. We've been sitting here in this candy jar for centuries. That's enough, Peppermint. I will not allow anyone to disrespect Uncle Compieto. Just a sugar candy. Yeah, I have the right to complain. Infiltrating human society and stopping the Sky People isn't even my job. It was supposed to be a sugar molasses mission. Okay, so we do have... Okay, so... Alright, I'm starting to find alignments here. Okay, so the Sugar People. So now we have Ryosuke and the Sugar People. We have AE, we have Otto, And then we have the Sky People. Otto has a different plan for the fourth Divine Key. And so Ryosuke needs to get AE's help to stop the Sky People from attacking. That's what it kind of seems. So it looks like Ryosuke isn't maybe not doing. He is trying to do what's best, and he knows that if he's with Otto, Otto's not going to allow, or at least Otto's might try to communicate with the Sky People. So I think that Ryosuke knows that he needs to go to AE to get this result, or because they know that AE has the silver bullet, they particularly need the silver bullet. Okay, and then here. And when Sugar Molasses went missing 5 years ago, y'all forced me to take her job. And then here we have, Sugar Ray and Wrath. And to be honest, you did a very good job during these 5 years. You've done all that you could, Peppermint. The Sky People is just too powerful, and this planet and its natives are doomed. Although we may feel attached to this place, the time may have come for us to leave. Go ahead, just leave me out of the escape plan of yours. I refuse to let the Sky People have their way. FYI, I've chosen to work with the native, should the situation call for it. Hold on, Peppermint. You know our rules. We're not supposed to let other people know that we exist. If that happens, well, just let him go, Lady Toff. It doesn't matter if the Sky People or the humans fight. In the end, we'll just have to. Our law forbids any form of progress and made us fugitives in this galaxy. But Peppermint is not like us. He's only 10 years old, has yet to witness the darkness. His trust in them may be his strength, but also will work against him. And then he just opens up this wormhole next to Ryosuke. So, where did you go this time? Went home for a bit, nothing fancy. This is the place, sir. Have a nice day. Dad, got classes today. The key is beneath the welcome mat. Just wait for me at my place. Yes, I prepared something special for you. Look forward to it. Hey, Ryosuke, I must tell you something. Sky People are far more powerful than I thought. Our old plan might not work, and it won't ensure your survival. We need to come up with a new plan. You're right. Once we solve this crisis, I must atone for all the wrongs that I've done. Wait, someone's coming. Just sense something. It's that guy again. Why is he even here? But to else. We found tiny bots at our launch facility. Tesla analyzed these bots and found that they were constructed using pixel tech. In fact, they carried subsystems and parts that even we failed to. There's something hidden behind the recent event. Now that he's alone, I'll take my chance and force him to divulge the truth. We know too little about Ryosuke. I have no choice but to subdue him. Ryosuke, that guy is giving off strong Honkai emissions. He's definitely out to get us. And he's way more powerful than we are. I say we strike him right when he opens that door. And then Welt starts to feel this immense energy of Peppermint. This energy is exactly what I felt when I saw him for the first time. I knew it. Ryosuke is far more dangerous than he appears to be. I must exercise caution in this battle. And then Himeko shows up. Dr. Welt, what are you doing at my front door of my place? Are you here to discuss the telescopes we can observe the asteroid 439 with? You can at least send me an SMS if you want to talk about it here. And she just barges him in. And since you are here, let's not keep you waiting. Come on in. Dad, you're here already? Hi, Himeko. This is Dr. Welt. You just met him yesterday. Of course, I haven't forgotten about him. Make yourself at home, Welt. I told Dad that I'll be making dinner tonight. Change of plans. It's now a feast of 3. And then we have this dark, foreboding conversation. Well, we meet again, Dr. Murata. The pleasure is all mine, Dr. Welt. It's just this foreboding energy. Chapter 9, Family. Must think of something smart to say. How long is this awkward silence going to last? Hey, Ryosuke, do you have a plan? I can unleash a mental attack while his guard is down. We can also poison him with a venomous strike. Oh, I have so many plans. Don't do anything. Attacking him will only trigger a defensive response. I've read about the Sovereign of Anti-Entropy from the Sheik Soul database. If those records are true, that means diplomacy remains a viable option. The strange tension is gone. I've never seen such power before. Is he on the side of those robots? And why did he stop his attacks? Maybe he's trying not to get Himeko involved. Which I guess because we're continuously going on, it's very interesting that the little bots are made from Sheik Soul tech. Which is, I guess that was the original thought I had, that it was Otto who sent these out. But it's like, how closely aligned is Otto with the Sky People? Right? It didn't, like, obviously the Otto in the future knows about it, but it didn't seem like the Otto in the past knows too much about the Sky People. But I guess I'll continue forward. This turned out to be good. And then, yes, that does definitely looks very tasty. Voila! Murata Himeko's special fusion curry. Hey Dad, when I introduced Dr. Welt last time, I forgot to mention something important. Dr. Welt actually joined my alien hunting trip in New Mexico. Running around on your own as usual. Thank goodness someone's there around to keep you safe. Thank you for looking after my girl, Dr. Welt. She has a habit of getting into trouble, and I remember an incident when she was 6. Curry tastes the best when it's still hot. Let's dig in right now. And then she just like smashes her father's foot. And thank you for preparing the most lovely dinner. And then obviously Dr. Welt cannot handle the amount of peppers that she used. Starts breathing fire. Dr. Welt, oh, what's wrong? Don't you like it? But how can that even happen? This curry is made from the best Mirasol peppers of Mexico. And then her father is just, obviously because he is possessed by some creature, he feels no pain. My girl makes the best food ever. I simply can't get enough of it. Your old man is still hungry, Himeko. I'll get you another plate. Oh no, he's... Okay, no. It's not that because he has the creature within him. No, it's because he is able to hold his... he's able to hold all the pain. Apologies, Dr. Welt, for letting you go through this. I spent too much time on research and haven't been a good father. In fact, I have hardly spent any family dinners with my daughter. I know she's not the best chef around, but I can't deny the happiness of making food. Though I will admit that making her happy by pretending this is great food does feel a bit childish. And then we have Peppermint here, just eating one of the foods and then having the Dark Souls you died. Very clever. I feel happy when I see my little girl happy. My only wish as a father is to see her safe and leading a fulfilling life. I'm done. And then Goshu-ju-sama, thank you for the food. And then Welt's just like, I can help with the dishes. You're our guest, Dr. Welt. Just stay seated. Dr. Welt, a few words in private if you don't mind. Just look at all the pretty stars. Each of them is sparkling gem of endless potential. Our planet, this solar system, and even this galaxy are just grains of sand lying in the vast beach. I believe you should know what I'm trying to say, Dr. Welt. And then Welt feels this immense power behind him, and he reveals Peppermint's true form. The human civilization has never been alone. All right. Which I love that, I love the fact that like Ryosuke was like, hey, we have information about the Sovereign. Let's learn about him. Oh, well, someone who's always been up for diplomacy. He's never like he's never like Otto, where like diplomacy is more like, let me try to trick you, whereas Will actually wants to be on equal ground. So I'm glad that there wasn't actually a fight that happened. So chapter 10, choices. Now we're back to Ryosuke's part of the story. It looks like we are in the past right now with the child Himeko just like admiring this spaceship. That's right, Himeko. I built this back during grade school. It was my very first spaceship. I want to fly this spaceship. Then Daddy will work hard to build a real spaceship and fulfill both your dreams. Both dreams? I've dreamt of exploring the universe all my life. We Muratas must have the courage to pursue our dreams. Your wife's condition may have stabilized, but we can't rule out sudden worsenings of her disease. You're advised to stay by her side, Murata. I'll hire a personal assistant to take care of her. Being accompanied by a close family member may help the patient recover. We hope you can try to be by her side. But our research just arrived at critical point. Do you know how important this is? We will be deciding the fate of the aerospace engineering and human civilization. Ryosuke. I'm sorry, dear. Did I wake you? Don't worry about me, Ryosuke. Go ahead and focus on your research. But, thank you, doctor. But I feel well enough to take care of myself and my little girl. It's all right, Ryosuke. Go do what you must. You fucking bastard. Get out of my house. And then here Ryosuke is like, oh, I definitely fucked up big time. I knew back then her condition were not as optimistic as they said. I also knew that she lied to me. She only pretended to be all right. But I chose to turn a blind eye to the obvious. And I made that choice, because I had more important things to do. And then he turns around, he walks away. At that very moment, it felt as though something within my heart broke. And now, the sugars. Our basic rule is simple. When you can't beat them, run. Always try to avoid fighting the Sky People. This may be your first foray into the human world. I guess it's still the old man talking, right? So this may be your first foray into the human world, but I still harbor high hopes for you. Remember, we must not let the human race learn of our existence at any cost. Uncle Copieto, Peppermint has already left. Grimlastus said she met her host at this place. I can already sense many promising candidates. I guess I'll take a look around. Oh wow, so we have Teresa, oh we have Siegfried, we have baby Kiana, oh my goodness. Too undisciplined, out of the question. Not bad, but this one is just okay, so yeah. He looks at Siegfried, undisciplined. Looks at Teresa and Kiana, they're just children. My instincts tell me this one is definitely not okay. Looks at Otto. This guy is not okay. And then looks at Ryosuke. This one shows potential. Wait, what are they talking about? Why did we cancel the spaceship project? Tell me, why are we shutting down the entire aerospace division? We chose not to waste time on useless junk when Honkai threatens this entire human race. But that's precisely why we need to explore the universe itself. Perhaps we can learn how to fight the Honkai from other civilizations. Do you really think aliens exist? End those fantasies and focus on repairing the fourth key. That is the primary objective of Saint 7308. This man knows about aliens? Did he find out about us? I must keep an eye on him. This has gone too far. I had enough of this, and he kind of throws his papers out. Every single one of them is out to stop my dreams. Why can't they see that I'm doing this for the entire civilization of our entire race? I have sacrificed everything for this. A double whammy of trouble at work and losing someone important? No wonder he's super sad and emotional right now. I guess he'll be giving up soon. No, I won't be giving up. I won't let anyone stop my dreams. I will destroy anyone and anything that dares stand in my way. I'm doing this for humanity, for the world, for the entire universe itself. And then we have this, like, very much this anime going absolutely insane with your entire face just gripping your head. Humans are truly amazing. He made up his mind to fight till the very end. Uncle Compieto said, I'm as hard-headed as a nail. Perhaps that's why I felt instant connection with this guy. Humans of such toughness are hard to find. I think having this human as a host might even the sugars. Hey human, are you interested in dealing with... Here he is, reaching out for some chapter 11, the truth. Now cut back to Weltier. What? Then here a portal opens up, Wrath appears. This is the place where you... Oh, I see. So okay, I got it. So right now, Ryosuke is kind of telling him, hey, you need to go here. This is the place where you will see the truth you need, Mr. Welt. Or should I say, Hersher of Reason, Sovereign of Antium. I won't show any mercy if you try anything funny. I'm afraid you're more powerful than we are. It'll be foolish to fight you. We are not here to make enemies. We're here to seek aid. And then here, Welt goes into the land of the sugar. Oh my god. Wrath, oh my god. This Welt as like a sugar plum. Oh my god, that's perfect. He just has the little glasses on him. Wait, what is this place? It's a trap? This isn't a trap, Dr. Welt. We're now in the world of the sugars. There's Peppermint. Our forms have changed according to their perception, but it is nothing more than a cosmetic change. Your mind and abilities won't be affected. You're also free to leave at any time you want. I think he's right, and then here we have Welt testing out his powers. I still have my powers, but I think my sight is a little affected. Didn't shrink the Star of Eden. I also sense no barrier for leaving this place. You just need a beacon or something to get out of here. This feels quite similar to the Divine Key. Follow me. And this alien entity doesn't seem hostile at all. Wait, you're moving too fast for us. Why are you two so freaking slow? I guess was being too kind by deciding to bring you here. You humans are so rude. I'm really sorry. It's a new world to us and we really want to look around. Whatever, we need to get things started. Donut remote. And then he throws it at the fountain. The fountain has like a screen on it. Well, it's like TV in the cake. This brings another meaning to the food TV. Watch and learn, human. They first gathered intelligence with the Vanguard Stones. Once a suitable civilization has been found, its coordinates will be sent back into their homeland. Their forward bases will start deploying invading army. That will then defeat the doomed civilization and perform the Great Harvest. After they're done, they will destroy every trace of whatever that's left and erase every proof of their victim's existence in this universe. So, if you don't stop the Vanguard Stone from sending their signals, you'll end up as cold, dead rock. And that's exactly what happened to our home. All this sounds pretty ludicrous to me. Humanity has observed and recorded many meteors, as well as asteroids, but regard them as alien scouting vessels in disguise. I know this may seem hard to accept, Dr. Well, but your anthropy should have one of their spy bots. If left unchecked, they will quickly infect more people. Indeed, I can't find reasons to fully trust, but neither can I ignore any threat to you, no matter how improbable it. Thank you, Dr. Well. I knew you would agree to help us. Peppermint? Peppermint, what are you doing here? Those two are humans? What have you done, Peppermint? You brought them here? Lady Toffee, you're about to witness a historical moment where we forge a human-sugar alliance. What humans are here? What do they look like? I need to take a look. Get them out of here. They actually don't look that bad to me. That's because they're trying to fool us, stupid. Quiet down, all of you. Given the sudden nature of this incident, you will be spared of my diatribe for now, Peppermint. But this shall not happen again. Let me be frank with you humans. You are not welcome here. We are not your enemy, but since you have learned of our existence, we will leave this planet and find our next safe haven. Peppermint's decision to help you was made without our consent, because you're all stubborn old cots. So we've decided to not interfere in your affairs. Good luck, human. It would be sad to see this planet end up like our home. Let's go, sugars. I've told you everything I know. Peppermint! Uncle Compieto wants me to tell you this. Don't be too trusting of the humans, because if you do, don't worry about me. I know what I'm doing. Now we're back in Himiko's dorm room. Though you have yet to earn my complete trust, I believe that there are grounds for some form of partnership. Wait, don't you feel it's a bit too quiet? Oh no. Himiko, where are you? Himiko! And then Himiko here is on the floor. Oh boy. What's happening? What's up? Chapter 12, The Savior. We're now back in Welts. I never expected the enemy to act so quickly. I even got Himiko involved in this entire mess. This is all my fault. I was their target, but they struck my baby girl. Wasn't around. Welts just like... He is a father after all. My dad was taken from me. Then my heroes gave up life to save us. This is what it means, Father. Himiko! Please don't obstruct the patient, sir. Dr. Murata and Welts, we have some good news and some bad news. The good news is that Himiko is no longer in critical condition for now. We have extracted the alien robot. But the bad news is that we found infected cells in her. Her infection is still growing. We currently have no means to stop the infection. In the worst case scenario, she will lose control of her mind after there must be something we can... Oh, and this as well. There must be something. Then please, tell us what you know about the Sky People, Dr. Murata. Sometime later. That does explain a few things. While operating on the girl, we managed to intercept anomalous messages, a high-frequency comm signal with multiple layers of encryption. We tracked it back to asteroid 439. That's the Vanguard Zone of the Sky People. And with the intel you gave us, I suspect this signal is directing the infection progress of our patient. We need 5 days to prepare a weapon for destroying this asteroid. We can also hope that our tech team cracks the encryption in 3 days. We do have an alternative plan that is extremely risky. Just tell me what I need to do. I'll do anything to save my daughter, no matter how risky it may be. Don't worry about it, Ayn. I won't sit idly by while watching my student die. And when our world faces a dangerous threat, then here we have Tesla kind of getting a little bit irritated of like, why are you putting yourself in harm's way again, Will? Just go ahead and tell him mine. The boy wants to be the heroic savior again. He's just a stupid brat. An idiotic dork. He'll get himself killed and there's nothing we can do about it. And then, well, it's just like, she called me idiot dork. In that case, the Vanguard Stone might be able to disrupt the trajectory of the Arihado or the Silver Bullet. The alternative is to send you two into space instead. The future. Okay, so that's what it is. To stop the Sky People, Welt and save the Sky People, Welt and Murata are sent into space. But how, this is very interesting, right? So right now, this is a conversation that is happening in 2005, which means the main story of the game has not yet occurred. And so, but Welt exists in the main story as a physical entity. I mean, I guess Welt technically probably has the ability to navigate, you know, imaginary space, right? So I know. I guess we'll learn. And no time to kind of think about all this. I'm sure it will get explained. You know, we're only on chapter 12. So now we have the future. It looks like maybe a bomb or some sort counting down from 30 minutes. Welt here peering around the corner, waiting for these creatures to pass by. We should wait here and let them pass. First, what are you looking at? Bits of useless information analogous to canteen menus and that sort of stuff. But I managed to find a facility plan that indicates the target we're looking for. The control hub. And then we have like almost like a loading screen. I'm done. The control hub shall be completely disabled in 30 minutes. All data will be deleted as well. You're indeed the mighty sovereign of AE. I'm impressed with how you managed to describe the destruction of an enemy based on such polite words. We can finally head back to Earth with a peace of mind. And would I like you to start telling me the things that you've been hiding from me? I found something that you need to tell me about. Explain what this is. Ah, a canteen menu. An employee of the month? Stop wasting our time with lies. I recognize my student anywhere. But this just isn't possible. It doesn't matter. You better tell me what's going on. Who is she? Why are the Sky People interested in her? What exactly is written on this panel? Now, you're looking into things far beyond your reach, O mighty sovereign. Will you stop probing into this if I tell you that she is not from the world we know? Okay. I'm very curious at what point, because if I'm not mistaken, this is probably around the time where either they teased Star Rail, and if it's around the time they teased Star Rail, then they've already been in production or like pre-production for the story of Star Rail for some of the major characters in Star Rail. So I'm thinking that this might be the Himiko from Star Rail. Which then, does that mean that the stories about the Sky People is also a Star Rail thing? Or is that just a PHO thing? This is, my mind is going insane right now. Because I just like, this is exciting. This is very exciting. Anyways, not from the world we know. You're actually standing in one. You've seen evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations lurking in deep space. The way they think and act are completely different from the human race. You should also know that the universe has more than just 3 dimensions. Remember how Otto mentioned similar yet different realities that sprout from the branches of the imaginary tree? These realities are known as parallel universes. This report describes a parallel universe that the Sky People have discovered, and a few of their plans for invading it. Does this answer satisfy you? We should go and stop them. Hold on. So is this Ryosuke? This is Ryosuke? Hold on. It's strange. Okay, so this has to be a different world Otto, or unless Otto has learned to merge his memories with other versions of himself, like there's a singular Otto. Because like this right here, this one right here, it still feels like this is Otto because the green eyes and blonde hair. Dr. Murata had, brown hair, yellow eyes. And I don't know why they would do the switch here. So I still think this is Otto. It's just weird that maybe it's because this Otto knows that there was a previous Otto that existed with Welt, and he is explaining that, hey, the Otto that you know, and that's why he's explaining it in third person. Okay, so this is not our Otto, which now makes sense for the rest of the story. This is a alternate version Otto, which is weird because why hasn't Welt thought? Okay, it's a bit confusing because Welt's like, wait, but this is Himiko, but I thought she. But then it's like, why haven't you asked that same question about the Otto that's in front of you? So that's where I'm like, maybe this is an Otto who has, merged his memories with all of his forms of himself. Anyways, let's continue. What are you aware of what you're actually saying? This isn't our world. We are neither required nor duty-bound to help them. Then again, if the Sky People defeat and consume that world, they might become a greater threat. And that does seem like a good reason. Are you convincing yourself? I'm not done yet, mighty sovereign, Mr. Welt. Imagine if that world defeated the people, the Sky People, they would need to grow more powerful and turn it into a far greater threat than we have to face. That is indeed a possibility, but so long as other side can be reasoned with, diplomacy and peaceful coexistence remain an option, and we'll find a way to forge an alliance. Even if I manage to trick you back on Earth, you are far more naive than I thought. You've been deceived and betrayed multiple times. Can't you at least try to learn something from these experiences? Just saying, Indeed, I fall victim to many malicious schemes and endured numerous betrayals. But I've also witnessed a great number of miracles that can only be achieved by kindness and trust. Fine. Time to go on a quest of trying to save other people's worlds. And there it is. Okay, so this is so fascinating because this has, obviously I have not fully finished APHO Part 1, nor have I played Part 2. So this could easily just very smoothly tie in to, to APHO Part 2. However, looking at this Welt's design, I believe this is the kind of the white hair, the kind of the more kind of not like the shawl kind of look to him. Definitely reminds me more of the Star Rail version of Welt. So it definitely seems like Welt has saw that there is a Himiko in a different world, and he's like, I want to go save that world. And so that is where Otto is just like, okay, go off and try to save other people's worlds. And that is so cool. So oh my god, that is amazing. That's so cool. Which I guess I'm gonna say it. I think that guarantees that Otto will also show up in Star Rail if he hasn't already done so, because this seems like Otto also knows about that other world. He probably also knows how to travel to that other world. That's very fascinating. That is so fascinating. Wow. That's so cool. I absolutely love it. Okay, let's move over to the next chapter. All right, next up is Chapter 13, Determination. We are once again back with, of course, Himeko's father. We see the space shuttle kind of flying off. I wonder if this is kind of... I don't know if all space shuttles look like this. All I know is that when I was a child, I had a toy space shuttle that looked identical to this. So I don't know if... Well, no, because this story took place in 2005, so I guess they all look the same. Anyways, let's continue. The fourth key has resumed normal operations, shuttle orbital trajectory correction success. So that, okay, they successfully stopped the actual fourth key from destroying Houston. And then Tesla is like, that's the most we can do for now. You must act quickly before the second disruption takes place. Okay, so first they had a second eruption, and now they're having a second disruption. Oh boy, you're making it confusing. Wait, is he inside the ship? Wait, hold on. There. Chapter 12, right? Yeah, they were at the hospital. They were talking about the future. Okay, we were in the future. They're talking about disabling the bomb. Okay. Really? It just... Okay, so it just literally cuts to him in the... Okay, we'll just continue reading it. Maybe it'll make more sense, but... The scientists of anti-entropy astound me. They managed to counter the Vanguard Stone disruption waves with the 14th key. He's like calculating, doing like beep, boop, 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 boop on the computer. Oh, dude, look how sick Welt looks like. Dr. Welt, we have marked the target coordinates. It's right ahead of you. Please prepare to engage the enemy. Roger, I have visuals on the target. Dude, so sick, man. Welt is just like looking at space like, I'm ready to just take this freaking thing down. Man, dude, Welt is just such a badass. Oh my god, definitely a favorite character. Definitely a character I need to marry. Greetings, invaders from out... Oh, okay. Holy oh my god, Welt. Welt is just like, greetings, invaders from an alien space. Reason manifests, the tanks, the guns, the military, all the weaponry. The world of humanity welcomes you and sends you our best regards. Oh my freaking god. That is perfect. I could not be any more happier with this line. That is, dude, that is so good. Well, it's like, invaders from outer space get absolutely screwed. Oh my god, he's just like, it's just, we send you our best regards. And then now we cut to, well, kind of obviously, well, still not fully recovered, is now suffering from some side effects. You did well out there, Dr. Welt. I expect no less from a Hersher. We did form this alliance to get those powers on our side. Are you all right, Dr. Welt? You don't look so good. I overexerted myself and used too much of my powers. I'll get better with a bit of rest. Also, hold on, I gotta quickly pause. Okay, never mind. I was doing a reaction to the chapter 22 discussion, and I brought up Kiana being a clone, and I thought her assignment was 439, much like the asteroid, but her assignment is 423. The asteroid is 439. So originally I was like, wait a minute, is there a connection? Because originally I didn't think there was a connection, and then during the discussion for some reason I thought there was a connection, but now I just looked it up, there is no connection. So anyways, regardless, let's continue. Target asteroid has gone silent. Hey, Mophead. We just have news from the ward. The girl's infections is subsiding. The infected cells have begun to self-repair. The doctor said she'll get better and will regain her consciousness soon enough. That's great news. Thank goodness everything went well. That boy needs to stop this nonsense. He can't save others by throwing his life around, stupid dork. Tesla kind of getting angry, like, why are you putting your life on the line, Welt? Then Einstein kind of chimes in. Re-entry protocol has been initiated. Flight command to shuttle. You are cleared to confirm and begin your return to Earth at any time. Flight command to shuttle. I advise returning to Earth ASAP. Dr. Tesla is extremely worried about you, Welt. No, I wasn't. Stop. No, I wasn't. Stop making things up, mophead. Yeah, I'll be back as quickly as I can. What are you looking at, Ryosuke? Look how beautiful this planet is. Our home planet is far more prettier than this. Really? I wish I can see it with my own eyes. Dr. Murata, we should prepare for our return to Earth. Dr. Welt, there's something I need to tell you. I've dreamed of space exploration all my life, but this should be the dream and the future of the human race. Our civilization, our race, has created a brilliant civilization on this planet, but the time has come for us to take another step. There are more worlds in space, as well as more opportunities, challenges, and mysteries for us to explore and overcome. There are so many questions to answer. What do these alien civilizations look like? Do parallel universes really exist? What are the origins of the Honkai? I believe that space holds the answers we seek. Don't you think we've grown too obsessed and attached to Earth, Dr. Welt? A venture into outer space without adequate preparations or proper observation may be too risky. We lack enough technology to... I need to show you this, Dr. Welt. What is this? Project Ark, a spacefaring vessel created by Dr. Robotnik's grandfather, tasked with bearing the human genome library into deep space. The vessel's object is to find a habitable, oh my god, I can't even pronounce things, planet to settle. Habitable, there we go, planet to settle. You were having trouble with there, Murata. Yeah, I know. It was a last-ditch attempt, the previous era, to fight the Honkai. While I was placed in charge of ecological remediation of Siberia, I had Peppermint salvage these prints from a PE shelter in Lake Baikal and recover the critical space tech we need. Everything is set. If your AE agrees to help, we can finally free the human race from the limitations of a single planet. I'm no expert of PE tech, but from these prints, the minimum resources demanded for this project will be... Oh man, I love this. I freaking love this, right? You have Murata, who is so close from getting to his dreams of what he... Or I guess I should say Ryosuke, right? Ryosuke getting so close to what he wants in his dreams. You kind of start seeing this side of him, like look at all this tech, look at everything, we're almost there, Welt. And then you see this maniacal face of well, don't you see what we have here? We can I love that unhingedness, right? Where he is so close from fulfilling his dreams, he's so close from being able to just exist away from Earth. And guess what? In all this conversation, Himeko does not get brought up a single bit. He still hasn't changed. Great. Such a freaking great moment right now. So anyways, Welt starts to talk, and then Ryosuke interrupts him. Based on our current levels of production, we only need 80% of the US GNP. A mere trifle compared to the future of humanity. I know your AE can do this, Dr. Welt. But we need to keep fighting the Honkai on Earth. Also, we need to maintain standards of living. The project will come at the great cost to all of this. Keep up the fight on Earth? No. There is no use. And that when the PE civilization itself lost the war. We need to set our priorities right. Just look at the Sky People, a simple, brutish race that managed to control the Honkai just because they looked up, flew to the stars. But I do believe in holding on to the present. Our top priority should be defending what we actually have right now. And then Ryosuke doesn't say anything. Welt puts his hand on Ryosuke. Think about your daughter, Dr. Murata. You said you want to see her safe and leading a fulfilling life. He smacks Welt's hand out of the way. I'm ready to sacrifice anything for the sake of humanity's future. You're just like Shixel, a bunch of myopic cowards who never lead the human race anywhere. You're a joke. If you refuse to take up my offer, you should calm down, Ryosuke. What? Crushes peppermints. Holy shit. I was going to mention this, but it already happened. Then I will just take what I need. So, what a freaking chapter. So I was originally going to pause up here because I wanted to talk about how this scene is exactly what the sugars were warning Peppermint of, like, don't trust the humans. They're not here to help us. They're only here for their own gain. And listening to Ryosuke now, I was thinking to myself, I was like, him and Peppermint aren't on the same side. Like, they do not align together. Peppermint happened to find and Peppermint felt like he could relate to Ryosuke, but Ryosuke had a completely different goal in mind. The fact that even Ryosuke was like, the sky people are good, look at them, and it's like, what was your okay, Ryosuke. But to actually see the fact that he took Peppermint and killed Peppermint for his power, that is insane. Wow. That's wild. I am... That's crazy. I was not expecting them to actually kill Peppermint. I was just expecting, for Pepper to realize that the sugars were correct in saying that you couldn't trust the humans. That's wild. So now Welt, who is now severely underpowered, is now going to have to fight Ryosuke and his powerful, whatever powers he obtained from crushing Peppermint. That's insane. Okay. And we got 3 more chapters left, so let's move on to chapter 14, Secret Weapon. I assume that this is just, we're always going to continue with Murata, Ryosuke. Our intel network performed a thorough background check on Dr. Murata. We did not find anything wrong with him. Honest, kind, easygoing, and totally dedicated to his work. A model researcher that any institution will wish to hire. But having known more than a few scientists in my life, this doesn't seem to add up. It felt as though something important has been left out, to be hidden away from our scrutiny. Are they claiming that Murata is potentially a sky person? Or potentially an hour? Or I would assume, actually at this point, I would assume that Murata is either, it's someone who has lived longer than a normal human life, much like you see with Fwa and Otto, or a sky person. Because he can't, like as Einstein's pointing out, like he is too good. He is too good, and so it has to be something else. And that could also explain the sickness that, it's so confusing, right? But then why would, if he was a sky person, then why would he help Welt destroy the Guardian Stone? or the Vanguard Stone. There's something weird with him. Definitely weird. But I don't think I don't think it's an auto thing. I literally don't think this is an auto thing. This is something someone has managed to pull one on Otto and Welt. Hey Mophead, something's wrong. I haven't heard from Dr. Murata or Welt for a while. Our connection signal with the shuttle might be blocked by a strange interference band. Einstein, this proved my suspicion. What have you done, Dr. Murata? You betrayed your alien ally. No, I fulfilled my end of our bargain. Once we destroy this Vanguard Stone, he fulfilled his part of the deal and allowed me to enter the Gestalt of the Sugars. I am free to do whatever I like with those powers. That alien trusted you. He treated humanity as his friend. As a friend? Huh! I never did it. I never did to me. The fourth key and the sugars are just tools I needed to realize my ultimate goal. Then what about your own daughter, Himeko? You can't be treating her as a tool as well. You're right. You are absolutely right. She is just another tool of mine. My target has always been you, Welt-Yang. Tesla, what do you mean? Dr. Murata planned all this from the start? The activation of the fourth key and the attack of the Sky People are both extreme emergencies that limited our range of options. That means our every move was made according to his plan. He gave him the results that he wanted. But his daughter is still with us. He wouldn't do anything crazy. He definitely thought about that poor girl. But what if she was just Dr. Tesla, the boy? Our sovereign is in grave danger. And then here he struck Welt. Welt obviously unable to summon the power of the Star Eden. Ugh, not again. I evaded his attack, only to be struck anyway. You have no idea how excited I felt when I read your file in the Sheiksoul database. The Sovereign of Anthropy also happens to be the first Hersher. There is no better candidate than you. I started by using the fourth key as a lure, but you refused to take the bait. I had to wait for another chance. I really didn't expect you to meet up at the campus, but it gave me an idea for a better lure. And then he just starts striking at Welt. Welt's dodging. The first Hersher, that little miserable pile of human morals and weaknesses, will do anything to save his students from death. What? No, you can't. Oh yes, I can. When we enter the world of the sugars, I deliberately exposed our coordinates to the Sky People, and they struck just as quickly as I knew they would. I can't believe you harmed your own daughter for this. Okay, so now we're just... So it looks like he is... Somehow... Murata has learned about the Sky People and is now communicating with them. Now it could be a thing where Murata has always been this... I mean, we've learned, actually, well, technically we have learned that he is always obsessed with his work. He's always obsessed with the idea of exploring the worlds, exploring all these things, but he kept getting, you know, doors shut on him left and right. And when he was in that very depressive state, you know, that's when Peppermint found him, and he realized through Peppermint that I can achieve more. And then working in Sheiksoul, he found out, oh shit, Welt's he's the first Hersher. He can help me get to the goals I want. So it could actually be completely coincidental that this maniac has happened to get paired with a sugar who happens to lead them to a bunch of other things. So that is probably what's happening here, and that's kind of what it sounds like, is that Murata is working on his own completely. I can't believe you would harm your own daughter for this. Welt pulls out a gun, fires it. You're growing desperate.
Desperate? Desperate, I meant, Welt. Stop wasting your valuable powers and save them for me, Dr. Welt. You can clearly see that long-term exposure to Honkai has extracted a terrible toll on my body. That's why the Sheiksol Overseer Otto was kind enough to let me go. You're my last hope, Dr. Welt. Don't worry, once I take over your Herrscher powers, I will put them to good use and lead humanity towards a bright future we deserve. His powers are immense. They're nothing like what I felt from him before. What can it be? You must be wondering where I'm drawing all my powers from. Since you're curious, I might as well unleash my secret weapon in its full glory. And he pulls out the portal to the sugars. And it looks like things are like melting off of it. What is this? Okay, I'm not quite sure how to read this, so we're just gonna start from middle, right, and then left. They once had to fight the Honkai and thus use everything at their disposal. The sugars are psychic entities with no physical forms. When I connected to their gestalt, I made contact with their source of their powers. Okay, I misread it. It should be just right to left normally. The sugars are psychic entities with no physical forms. When I connected to their gestalt, I made contact with the source of their powers. They once had to fight the Honkai and thus use everything at their disposal, their latest technology and even Herrscher cores, and built this fortress bastion. When the Sky People attacked, they chose to abandon their physical forms and upload their minds to this place in order to facilitate their exodus to another planet. This decision bound their powers to this fortress and created a dimensional weapon far surpassing anything that human civilization could muster. Yes, Dr. Welt. It's quite similar to the 9th key that you're wielding right now. It's called the Alien Key. Whoa. So hold on. So is this interesting? So the Alien Key is not a divine weapon, but it is built similar to a divine weapon because it has a Herrscher core attached to it. Is that what I'm from what I'm understanding? Yeah, I think it is. Cool. So there are alien keys, or maybe it's just alien. Maybe there's just a singular alien key. But that's cool. It's like a divine key, but for alien. And here we have chapter 15 being Alien Key. Welt Yang. The portal is opening up. Alien Key? Yes! Oh, okay, so now he's sounding a bit more villainous. Yes, of course. It shouldn't be surprising that an alien race would use tactics similar to the ones that humanity came up with to fight the Honkai. Perhaps other aliens have the same thing, but I don't think it matters anymore to you. What a real shame. These aliens wield such incredible powers, yet they choose to flee and hide like cowards. Also, I'm gonna quickly pause here as well. This is also a great, how do I put it? This is a great like jumping off point for theories about like, this just means that like, let's just use Genshin as an example. There in Genshin, and obviously I have not played Genshin, I have not gotten to the point where there are very powerful weapons, but I assume that either it's already happening or it will happen, but there are divine keys in Genshin, but it's called something else. Much like what Dr. Murata has said, he's like, you know, they figured out another way. Oh, well, specifically, the sugars were based off humanity, but it sounds like there could be other universes, other worlds, other aliens who have developed very similar weaponry using Herrscher cores. And in Genshin, what if you can use an Archon and put that inside a weapon and create a divine key equivalent for Genshin. So this is what I feel is like a great jumping off point of like divine keys could exist in any universe right now on the imaginary tree. Anyways, let's go back. You have no right to abuse them like this. While they hide in our civilization, they never treated us as an enemy. They even lent us a helping hand. You're just like the Sugars, kind, slow, weak. Such philosophies ultimately place your entire race in danger, Dr. Welt. But I'm not like them. I shall lead humanity to a brand new future. And then he strikes. Welt pulls out the Star of Eden. His hand gets knocked off. The gravity here is mess. It wasn't like this when I first. Oh, this is Welt kind of speaking back. The gravity here is a mess. It wasn't like this when I came here the last time. Can this be the power of that alien key? The bullets I fired disappeared before they could hit him. And he managed to wound me even though I evaded his attacks. These powers remind me of the space void manipulation that the second Herrscher used. Oh dear, Dr. Welt, you seem confused about the mechanisms of this key. And then he just instant transmissions. Welt's like, he vanished. Allow me to demonstrate the powers of a dimensional weapon. And then he pulls up the imaginary barrier. I have a solution just in case material physics no longer work. The imaginary barrier failed to stop him. And so he just breaks through. And I love this paneling here where we see the claw piercing through the shield, but also we see it overlapping two other panels, which is very cool. It kind of just gives you that feel that it's breaking through something. Very amusing. It turns out that First Herrscher fights by running around like a wet hen. He's not using the void space. His key can defeat material as well as imaginary barriers. It's something far more powerful, something that I've never seen before. You disappoint me, Dr. Welt. I expected the warrior guardian of the human race to stand and fight with honor. It's obvious you make poor use of your Herrscher powers. And then he just flings his alien key, slams it down, striking against Welt. Welt dodges it. So why don't you give them to me instead? Welt steps back. Star of Eden's floating next to him. I'm losing my initiative. This battle will only get worse. I must identify the nature of his powers quickly. Blib. I got it now. We see this little blub thing. Looks like maybe part of the world is unfinished. I got it now. You weren't teleporting around this space. This entire place is a single congruent dimension from the start. Bravo! The First Herrscher finally figured it out. You're finally living up to your reputation, Dr. Welt. So you weren't teleporting around this space. The entire space is a single contingent dimension from the start. So is this a thing where technically he is everywhere at once? Is that what this intention implies? Like, he's not teleporting, he is actually everywhere at once. He is just choosing his physical form to be a bit further away. I'm very curious, I'm very interested. Anyways. And you're right. Pulls out his arm. The power of the alien key. Everything you see, the alien key, this entire dimension, and even me, form a contingent entity that exists at a higher dimension. You, however, are stuck at a lower plane of existence. You'll only see fragments while I see the entire picture. And here he's able to, or here we see that he has teleported, or we're gonna use the word teleported just because that is a easier word to wrap my mind around. So he teleported his arm over to Welt. And here we see, is this Callan or Teresa? You're just like a character in a novel. No matter what you do, you'll never be able to affect the reader. As a reader, I can easily destroy the novel, while you're utterly powerless against me. This is probably Callan, if we're showing blood. This is definitely not going well at all. And then cuts Welt's arm straight off. But it still has the green thing, so it's technically not cut off. It just looks to be cut off to Welt. My arm. Very impressive, First Hersher. But I know that severing your limb won't deal lasting damage. Yet even Hershers aren't truly immortal. And then cuts him up. Oh my god, he is just... This is just... Dude, this is exactly what Law does in One Piece. Oh my god. Goodbye, First Hersher. Here's the thing, right? He is splitting apart and he still has like the cuts, much like the space itself. So I feel like his body parts aren't actually cut off. But of course, if Welt's mind thinks that he is dying and thinks that he is dead, he will then die. So there is that. But Welt has a strong brain. He's a strong brain. Next up is chapter 16, Singularity. And now, oh wow, okay. So for the chapter 16, we are cutting back to Himeko, her waking up from her sickness. Oh no, so we're gonna get a little bit of backstory too. Oh, the stars are so shiny. Look, Dad. Dad? Where are you going? Dad, and you see him just burning away. Don't go. And if we see here she's a child. Here she's like, you know, middle school age. And here she wakes up college age. Dad! She shakes up. She sees a letter to my daughter. Interesting. Very interesting that I think this is actually happening, right? Given the powers that apparently Ryosuke has, I feel like this is actually happening. I feel like this is actually happening in her dream. Like this is not like a metaphor. This is actually a thing that is, it's weird, right? There are some shows and there's some media where you have a dream, but the dream is a alternate reality that affects you in the present. It's a bit confusing, but I believe that this is actually happening. What you see, it's not a dream where none of this happened. I believe this has happened. Also very interesting that this is now fire, and Himeko is a fire user, so also very interesting as well. But of course we cut back to Welt. He's all chopped up. What a surprise, you are still conscious. Struggle all you want. There's nothing you can do when you can't even lift a finger. What caused you to become so wretched? Huh? You said Himeko's happiness was your biggest wish. I can tell it wasn't a lie. Himeko loves you, and she has always looked up to you. Yes, but greatness always requires sacrifice. I made up my mind long ago. I'd give up everything for the future of humanity. Stop lying to yourself. You're simply a selfish bitch. In the name of humanity, you hurt your own girl and betrayed your partners. There's nothing human left. Drop your lecture, non-Hersher. Coward. Cowards like you, who turn your back against the progress, are humanity's true enemies. And here he goes, looks like he's going for like a final strike. All these like strings are coming straight for Welt. You lost your mind. Time for me to show you how pathetic your justice is. He closes his eyes. We see these sparks, kind of, maybe sparks, it could be memories flying past Welt. We go to his backstory. Joachim, You can finally materialize the Hersher's core at any time. The core is the constant in the imaginary space. It's no doubt dangerous to expose it, but in that world, it will be your guiding star. And here Welt looks down. We looks like we enter imaginary space. He is reassembling his body parts. That's right. Don't trap your mind in the three-dimensional space. Try to see the world in the light of higher dimensions, to embrace its existence, to understand its mechanism. As the Hersher of Reason, you're able to touch true reality. That's it. And here we see all these beautiful architectures, all kind of almost like, you know, if you think, oh, I was about to say the Matrix, and then literally we have like Matrix code in the background here. I was gonna say, like, it looks like all these like things are like loading in. Cowards like you who turn. Okay, awesome. So very cool. I appreciate when mangas repeat the same line as before to indicate that like the character has entered this dimension where time has stopped. Right? So here we have, you know, here he's like, cowards like you who turn your back against progress. And then Welt kind of closes his mind. Everything just whips by him down. Looks like, wait, I have control of true reality. And then it cuts back. Cowards like you who turn your back against progress are humanity's true enemies. Comes straight down to strike Welt. Clang! The sound effect clang comes out. Welt holds out his hands. He is fully intact. Impossible! How did you block my attacks? As long as you understand its existence, gravity works the same in every dimension. And back to the singularity where space was born. Even dimension weapons are useless. It can't be! And then Welt, just a Chad holding up the Star of Eden. Star of Eden, the third power. This massive energy ball just starts to just rip through. And then obviously Ryosuke's like, oh, Singularity rebuild! Oh my god, man. He's just like, Singularity rebuild. And then this entire universe starts to enclose in on itself and creates duplicates, all like forming this like triangle pattern. Dude, so sick. And then it looks like reality has cracked, or something has cracked for Ryosuke. Oh. Wait. Okay, never mind. Okay. I keep forgetting that. So okay, I guess I should clarify. By the time you are watching this reaction, I have not yet done my description of the Holy Blade. My like chapter discussion. So chapter 25, I have a chapter discussion where we're going to talk about the Holy Blade. Obviously, I haven't done that discussion yet at the time of this recording, but I have gotten through this chapter, and I keep forgetting that Alien Space takes place after the main story of the game. So I was like, well, if it breaks here, well, how does it not break for Durandal? But because this happens after. That's why. Okay. Anyways, well, wait, hold on. But this is no. But this takes place in 2005. This moment is taking place in 2005, before the main story. The Otto and Welt stuff is after the main story. So then how does the Holy Blade come back? I might have to, there is so much lore dump in chapter 25. There was so much lore dump in chapter 25. I have to go back and figure it out. I have to go back and read, so. Or hey, you can post in the comments. That would help me out as well, but I'll have to go back and read part of chapter 25 to figure out how the Holy Blade broke here, but not when Durandal got it, because This is taking place in 2005, before the main story. Okay. All right. Let's continue with the final chapter. This I can't. This just blew my mind. I was like, oh my god. Okay. Anyways, let's continue. For the final chapter, New Journey, we now cut to the Sugars. Leaving? Yes, we no longer have a place on this planet. We lost too much, but still, thank you for everything you did. Sorry, I wasn't able to save him, and I broke something very important to you. You've already done us a huge favor. Yes, we lost the key, but the candy jar can still support us from dimensional travel. Our journey will continue until we find a civilization that can offer us sanctuary. Space travel. Something tells me humanity will tread on a similar path not long in the future. His dream would eventually come true in another way, though. Don't you hate him? He lied to you and tried to take away your power. Welt clenches his hand. He's a devoted martyr who believed the end justified the means. For the tragedies and sufferings he caused you, I feel sad and outraged. But in my eyes, he was also someone worthy of my pity. You're kind, betrayed us first, and then saved us. What an irony. You saved me too. I suppose you lent me a hand when I was breaking through the threshold of dimensional cognition. We were simply giving it a try. We wouldn't allow Peppermint to die for nothing. Humanity is dangerous. It can bring us destruction. I still think this way, but you're different. We won't forget about what you've did for us. Good luck, humanity's protector. Okay, this is confusing now. This is confusing now. Does this game actually not take place? Does this not take place before the main story? Because like Kira and Wrath are in the sugar world in chapter 25, but they died in Second Eruption, which is a few years before this chapter, but Durandal comes, well, actually, it still makes sense because the way Durandal gets to the Sugars is a very unusual way. She can travel different dimensions, right? Boy, oh boy, this I was not expecting to have so much chapter 25 confusion in this chapter. Anyways, we're gonna talk about Himeko. I don't want to make this longer than it should be. Himeko. When you see this letter, it means I'm no longer in this world. Right or wrong, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I cannot turn back now. This is the path I choose, and I'll follow through to the end. But I won't impose my vision on you. You have a far brighter future than me. Protect your dream and change this world for the better. I know for sure that you'll do a better job than your old man, your irresponsible dad. And here we have like scenes where, you know, Himeko is running out to stop her father, Einstein here, kind of just confirming that like, hey, this would happen to your father. And then she goes out. Then Welt comes in. She has left. Thank you, Ein. I wouldn't know how to look her in the eye. Is this white lie really the best we can do? He has a right to know the future. I guess maybe they meant Himeko's, like she has the right to know this future. I know this is unfair to her. but I simply cannot involve her in this anymore. We know very little about the Sky People, not to mention the other threats posed by Honkai and Shikso. This is all too dangerous for a college girl. And her father used to be her hero. I fear she may not take to the truth too well. She is just a normal girl, and I wish her to be free from dangers and troubles. So here she is. She goes to her father's office. She looks at the picture of them. She sees a paper on the floor that says Shikso. She's like, my father used to work here. I'm gonna work there now. Wow. So that's how she joins the Valkyries. Is her father dies and she's like, I want to get closer to him. I want to continue his work, or continue his work, because she doesn't actually do the same thing as her father when she worked for a Valkyrie, but everything led her to Shikso, to be a part of Shikso. That's crazy. Also, part of me wishes, I guess that is the case, right? I was gonna say a part of me wishes that Himeko and Welt can meet again, but that's literally what Star Rail is. That's literally what the future of alien space is, where Welt's like, she's my student, and Otto was like, no, she's just a version of her in a different world. And that's what gave Welt the want to save other worlds, which is so freaking cool. Anyways, now we go to the future. Hey, what happens now? The ship is wrecked, the engine is dead, and so is the nav system. We lost all comms. Your Herschel core. I see. Okay, so this is Otto. What happens now? The ship is a wreck, the engine is dead, and so is the nav system. We lost all comms. Your Herschel core and my Solian body don't break easily. But in here, time doesn't work anymore. We eventually turn into drifting stardust. The hell with it. At least I get to witness your wretched death in person. Oh, the hell with it. At least I get to witness your wretched death in person. Are you sure this all the recon sent by the Sky People? According to the report in the base, yes. Funny you should ask. Even now, you can still care about the other world. If you're counting on their help, just forget it. You did them a big favor and will cost your life. I never expected anything in return. Oh, I have had enough of your altruistic heroism. Makes me sick. You have every reason to feel sick. I once lied to a girl and convinced myself it was good for her. But later on, things turned out to be ridiculously wrong. Looks like you've learned nothing from it. You're still in love to play the hero, even as you draw your last breaths. I used to believe in kindness is the best gift a civilization can do, and I still do. Just because I once misplaced my kindness doesn't mean I should turn away from it and bury it for good. That's the most laughable speech I've ever heard, and I must say it makes quite a befitting last words for you. And then Otto looks up, sees a little sparkling light shining through. It breaks through this, either the glass or through some sort of imaginary space. What's that? And there is Wrath and Kira. Oh shit. Wow, what is going on here? This human body feels so much clumsier than our sugar forms. Hey Kira, the coordinates are correct, right? Yeah? I had no idea why the elders dispatched us for this emergency pickup mission. Well, let's just get it over with. We picked up Welt Yang and his luggage Destination Earth. All good? Oh, by the way, our mission is to send you home and no detours allowed. Otto's like, what the fuck? Luggage? That's good enough, thank you. We humans will figure it out how to get to the other worlds by ourselves. And then Otto's just cracking up, getting tugged back. Oh, that's cute. So Otto's like getting tugged. Wrath is like tugging him into the sugar portal, and Kira's just like, beep, beep, this way, this way, this way. This is not the end. Rather, it's the beginning of a new journey. One that will extend across different galaxies. And that is Star Rail. Beautiful, beautiful. This is great, man. It also means that Welt and potentially Otto are our world's, is the imaginary tree constants, right? Where like the Welt we see in all these different, and the Welt that we see in Honkai Impact 3rd is the same Welt we see in Star Rail, and potentially Otto's going to be there as well. Given that Otto and Welt are having an open conversation about traveling to different worlds, and despite Otto not really caring, at the same time, I think he's going to jump. I think he's going to jump to a different galaxy. And that being said, I'm going to say it right here, right now. I'm going to do an insane prediction. You ready? You ready for this? Welt is coming to Genshin Impact. That is my prediction. That is my insane prediction. Is Welt is coming to Genshin Impact. Now, is it going to happen in the next 5 years? I don't know. Probably not. But I feel like he is going to show up. Okay, actually, let me put a disclaimer. If there's something so catastrophic that is happening in Genshin Impact, and Himeko, which there have been rumors that the Fire Archon is a Murata. If a Himeko shows up in Genshin Impact, and Genshin is having a world-ending or a very drastic issue happening in their world, I feel like Welt will come. That's my prediction. It's the same prediction. Will it come true? I don't know, but I'm gonna make it right now, right here. But hey, that is it for this massive reaction. I was not expecting these videos to be this long, but I kind of wanted to end the manga reaction stuff happening on this channel, which more will happen in my main channel. Links are in the description about all that information about me going to a different channel. But I wanted to kind of end it here. I did record this over 3 days, and I think it's probably like a 3-hour video. So if you managed to watch it to the end, thank you. That's ridiculous of you to watch it to the end. Yeah, because it's funny because I've recorded this for 3 hours. And you're watching them. I'm curious, and I also have a bunch more things coming out on the channel as well. So I don't know. Hey, thank you all so much for taking time to watch these reactions, these videos. It's been a lot of fun, honestly. It's quite fun to do all these reactions and whatnot. So I appreciate it. It's been good. It's been good. Okay. Well, that's it from me. I don't have any more questions to say. Bye.